Some stuff's just crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's shocking. Like, I don't understand it. Let me explain. In 1946, a long time ago, yeah, like 70, 80 years ago, sure, but that's not like 300 years ago. I mean, it's 1946. Canada had the third biggest navy in the world, the whole world, third biggest navy. Now, there's some details there. The U.S. built some ships for us, not all, and the French and German fleets have been sunk. We'd sunk them, so that's one of the reasons. But third biggest in the world: U.S., Britain, Canada. So it's crazy, but now, today, when BC Ferries, by the way, I'm born in BC, I was raised in BC, I've been on those ferries like 50 times. Okay, I've been to the Gulf Islands. I've been to Vancouver Island. I've gone to the Nanaimo way. I've gone the Victoria way. I've driven up and down the island. I lived on the island. I lived on Vancouver Island for 14 months. Okay, so I know the ferries. Simple as that. So they need new ferries in BC. So they put out a tender to build 4 ferries. Four ferries in BC. Nobody in Canada would give a quote. So we're going to have China build the ferries. What the fuck? Like, what's going on here? Okay, like seriously. Now, I want you to understand something. Canada has the most coastline of every country on Earth by more than double. Yeah, more coast by more than double. We have more exposure to ocean, Arctic, Atlantic, Pacific, than any other country on Earth. We don't build ships here anymore. Oh, but wait, Ron, we got the Irving. Oh, no, that's just graft for military shipping. I mean, they just get overpaid to build warships. Okay, fine. Oh, we got Daily builds ships in Montreal. Oh, do they? Because they just bought a yard in Galveston, Texas to build icebreakers. Yeah, they won't even build. They're buying in Galveston on the coast of the Gulf of America, Gulf of Mexico. I'm going to stick with Gulf of Mexico. Okay, so yeah, we can't build 4 ferries in Canada. Like we can't. Like this is something that people in BC are on endlessly. When I first got my driver's license, one of the first things I did. Well, I lived in North Van, so I just went on the ferry and went to Nanaimo and drove up and down. When you do that when you're 16 or 17 or 18, you just drive and do shit like that. You wander, okay? So we can't build ferries in Canada. Biggest coast in the world. So, are we nuts? Are we crazy in this country? We don't build ships in Canada. It's crazy. Now, I know the comments will come in. I'll tell you what the comments will say. Comments will say, Ron, we should buy the ferries in China. If they're the cheapest, we should buy there. Yeah, like it's sort of your diehard crazy capitalist says that. Like somebody says it's just all market driven. Okay, I'm good with finding inexpensive things, but I got to stop and think, wait a minute. Most coastline on Earth, but don't build any ships. Oh, but buy Chinese ships because China is running a program to eliminate shipbuilding all over the world. So only they build ships. Maybe them and a few European countries, but they're just because they produce the steel at under normal prices. They provide labor at subnormal labor rates. They ignore and all the materials. They just ignore environmental standards. And oh, Ron, you're so terrible. Okay, sorry, it's just the goddamn truth. Okay, so they actually undercut the price of the ships in China, the making of ships in China. And they make more ships. I think they make more ships in a month than everybody else in the world makes in a year. But they do it to put other shipbuilding nations out of the business. So then they control shipping on Earth. Okay. But still, but it's cheaper, Ron, so we should buy there. All right. Well, you people can fuck yourselves. Okay. But how about The other one that, oh, Ron, you're so old. You're so old. You're so stupid. We don't build things anymore. We're a manufacturing, we're a service. We're not manufacturing, we're services. We're highly educated. We do the smart stuff. We don't need to build anything. We use our brains to produce, I don't know, software and bullshit and condos, okay? Ridiculous. Like, there's a very intelligent saying that is real. If you don't make anything, you will eventually have nothing, because you lose the necessary muscle memory to build anything. You lose people with skills. You lose, the engineers who can build ships just quit, retire, or learn to do something else. And eventually, nobody knows how to build a ship. Nobody knows, okay? When Trump talked about bringing Apple phone assembly back to the United States, one of the first things that everybody said was, whoa. We don't graduate enough engineers to master that. Like, they graduate more engineers every year in China than we graduate everybody in most countries. Like, because people have these bullshit degrees of, like, political science or French literature or some other shit. That's how we graduate people. We have so few engineering STEM graduates. We don't have enough STEM graduates. So, we need engineers to be able to push the manufacturing model. Look, it's a knowledge economy. It's a knowledge economy until AI removes all the knowledge people and say, well, AI is going to program everything. We don't need programmers, data stack. We don't need any of that stuff anymore. I know I'm sounding like old and bitter, but there's something good. They still manufacture stuff in some parts of the world. In some parts of the world, they build jets, like they build jets in Sweden. I'm not saying we're going to start up a jet building industry. That's actually kind of crazy. But with the biggest coastline in the world, shouldn't a project that instead of government throwing $50 billion at EV battery plants that most of them have gone broke and shut and will never open, shouldn't we throw some money at shipbuilding if you have so many port cities, so much coastline, so many islands that you have to go back and forth to? Shouldn't we throw a little bit of that money at building ships? I think so.